Yay, we're recording. Woohoo. Hold on, let me log in. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, it's incorrect. What?
Technology, bro. I love
I
it.
know. See, I entered an old password. I have to reset my password. Why? I don't. I'm trying to remember. All right, I have to reset it. All right, so send the code. Let's see. Sorry. I recorded with a little delay, but we're excited to discuss the year-end awards. All right, come on, give me a code. Give me a code.
Look, I just wanted to change.
Say it again.
I just wanted to change.
Why? You gonna be a guest on the show?
No, I wanted to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Did you hang up?
No, yeah, we're going live, baby. We're going live on Facebook in a few seconds.
You're going live on Facebook for a few seconds?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yo, Jairo, how old is she now?
She'll be. She's 5. She'll be 6 in February. It's crazy.
Yo, her English is like on point.
I know.
Does she understand Spanish as well?
She's not. She does, but not as good. It's her fault. We got to talk to her more in Spanish.
Yeah, man. Try that.
You know Spanish? Yeah, she knows Spanish.
A lot.
Yeah, man.
I know Spanish a lot.
She does.
I know the ABCs too.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, in English.
What about Spanish?
No, not yet, but I do know that these are the weak in Spanish.
Oh yeah. Tell Henry, show it or sing it.
Why?
He wants to hear it.
Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo.
The days of the week. You see?
Oh, that's not good.
See, I told you I know it in Spanish.
She knows more Spanish than Ralph.
Ralphie Ann. Is his name Ralphie Ann?
Ralphie.
Yes, Ralphie Ann. That's his middle name.
That's a middle name.
Ralphie Ann.
Ralphie Ann Villar.
Ralphie Ann the Lord. So
Yep.
he's the Lord.
He's not the Lord.
The Lord and Savior.
All right, setting up the meeting to Facebook Live, and then I have to I just have to pause it here. But we're going live. We're live, guys. We're live.
We're live, pal.
We're live, pal.
Ralphie.
We're live.
Everyone knows his name.
We're live. Can you hear us? Can you hear it? Oh, you got it. We got it. We're live on Facebook. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Choked Out Radio. We're back. It took a minute, but we're back. End of the year discussion with I am your host, Jim Wrestle, with Vibes.
In the building.
And El Mayimbe. Where are you?
He disappeared, yo.
There he is.
Right here.
There. Wow, Mayimbe in the.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Wow, amazing. So today, what we have, I guess, in discussion for you guys is discussing the state of wrestling in 2021, particularly, World WWE and AEW. May sprinkle a couple things here and there, and we'll talk about some of the best matches of 2021. So we'll start with Vibes. What do you think it's like, some of the best moments in both feds, and I guess we'll take a conversation from there after.
Honestly, man, the women, they did their thing this year, dude. So
Yeah.
WWE, we got to give it to Sasha and Bianca, making history, main eventing night 1 of Mania.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you
Time
need to
ever.
record anyways?
First time ever to
Why do you need to record?
African American women, main evented
Here.
a pay-per-view.
Why do you need to record?
Go ahead.
And then for WWE, for AEW, sorry, I gotta go with Britt Baker and and um, why am I
Thunder
drawing?
Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. That match was insane. I think that's the first time women ever bled like that on TV.
No, there's no games.
Yeah, it was bad.
What do you think?
It was it was an interesting year, to say the least. I mean, you know, in regards to wrestling, I mean, we've seen it flourish in a way. There's you know, the forbidden door was broken.
Yeah.
You know, it was a great year. It was an exciting year. You know, it felt like the good old days. You know, when popular wrestlers from one company they went over to the next, and they debuted on live TV. It was like, you know, it felt like the times from the Attitude Era. You know, so it was a good year. You know, a lot of people stood out. Obviously, I mean, in WWE's, I mean, it's just Roman Reigns in my opinion, and Bobby Lashley as well. Big E too, you know, as of late. Then you also have in AEW, you know, the rising stars over there. You know, so it's been a good year.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. There's the Forbidden Door was obviously amazing. Good job, TK, right? Tony Khan. Love, of course, you know my guys, the Good Brothers, my favorite, my people.
Big LG.
The big LG, that's right. And of course, Omega was champion in Impact. What do you think of that whole thing, Omega being world champion? Definitely was best for business for them, but you think they could have gotten more out of Impact? Impact more could have crossed over to AEW. What are your thoughts?
I think Impact got the
Short in the
raw
stick.
end of the deal, because they didn't really have Impact guys aside from Gallows and Anderson. They didn't really have Impact guys on AEW. Like I would have liked to see more like crossover
Yeah.
on that end. But you know, the fact that Omega was on Impact, the numbers spiked.
Yeah.
You know, they got more eyes on their product. A lot more people are talking about Impact now than they were a year ago.
Yeah.
I watch Impact more now than I did in the last, like, since they were on Spike TV.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
There's really nothing going on Thursdays.
Right,
I
exactly.
just throw it on, and you know, they gotta just change their production up a bit because it looks like very. I just don't like the setup that they have. Like they have crowds back now, but it needs to be brighter.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I know Jordan Grace is very good in women's division. I know their knockouts is great. Mickey James is the women's champ. And what is
They
it?
got
The knockouts champ.
Diana Perrazzo. They have, you know, they have a lot of good young up and coming talent. They just had like a pretty good feud not too long. Like when Moose won the title.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was done pretty well. He's feuding right now with Matt Cardona, and Chelsea Green took a chair shot to the face.
I saw that.
Lance Storm style, which took a chair shot. But yeah, man, like there's a lot of good wrestling out there now. You know, there's something out there for everyone. So like, if one company is not your cup of tea, cool. No need to bash them online. Go watch something else. There's wrestling like MLW, there's Impact, there's AAA, there's NJPW, there's AEW, there's WWE, there's just so much wrestling right now.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. GCW has shows.
Something out there for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about the whole NXT transition to, you know, developmental to the third brand to developmental again? What do you think?
It was like, you know, we talked before the camera started rolling. It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
You know, NXT was constantly losing money. They never turned a profit. They're going back to their roots, man. They're going back to what they were originally, you know, there for. The only reason they're on USA is because of AEW. You know, if it wasn't for that, they'd still be on the network for 1 hour every week, and nobody would even care.
Right. What do you
They
think?
have good numbers. They have consistent numbers every week. I mean, they got some pretty good young up and coming guys that they're going to be on the main roster soon. You know, will they get future endeavored?
Who knows?
We don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
I mean, yeah, like Vibes mentioned, it was bound to happen. I mean, if you think about it, it's like how we've had these conversations, amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
How they went through a period where they signed all these indie darlings, and not only that, also popular wrestlers from, let's say, Ring of Honor, like Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, those guys.
Yeah.
So they signed a whole bunch of guys who were already stars somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then when they were brought up to the main, certain guys got brought up to the main roster, and then all of a sudden it's like the fans wanted that same success to continue on the main roster, but in Vince's eyes, it's like, yo, this is you're a rookie,
Yeah.
and it's like, you have to work from the ground up, and fans were critical about that. I mean, it's weird. It's really weird. So now Vince is focusing more on his guys, like the younger guys, the younger talent that he wants to create his own stars.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's using the old way,
The sports the sports way, right? You homegrown talent, like
exactly
in baseball.
which makes sense because it's kind of like in baseball when you sign your homegrown talent and you have, let's say, for example,
system, right? AAA,
Yeah,
AA, and eventually the majors.
and you have the rights to that guy. Like you can offer him, you could have him on a 5-year deal, and you're not giving him that much money.
Exactly.
So I mean, I can see stuff like, I can see why NXT 2.0 was created.
Right. Do you think it should be called something else, or you think they just keep the name because it's familiar?
They'll keep the name because it's familiar for marketing reasons. That's it.
Yeah.
The 2.0 is kind of catchy.
Yeah.
But the thing with WWE is they make a lot of dumb mistakes, but then in the end they always end up paying off.
Yeah.
So what they're doing now with NXT is going to tie into the NIL program that they have.
Right.
Right. So a lot of people were complaining about the NIL program. Oh, these people, they're not wrestlers. Da, da, da. Kevin Nash wasn't a wrestler. Big Show wasn't a wrestler. The Road Warriors weren't wrestlers.
Bianca Belair wasn't a wrestler. She was a fitness, right? And CrossFit, exactly.
They weren't wrestlers.
Right.
But they got trained.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a passion for wrestling to become a wrestler.
Right.
They got trained. A lot of these guys back in the day, they used to be bouncers in a bar.
Yeah.
And then wrestlers used to be, hey, you ever thought about wrestling? Nah. Oh, you want to do it? Sure. That was it.
Yeah.
And now look at them. They became Hall of Famers.
Right.
Vader was not a wrestler.
Yeah.
He was a football player.
Yeah.
Ron Simmons was a football player.
The Rock
Was a football player.
Nash was working for Cheetahs in
yeah.
Atlanta.
And he was a basketball player.
Basketball player too. Right.
Yeah.
This NIL program is pretty dope because, they're going back to the roots of how they, everything
Discovered talent. Yeah, like a Lesnar. They discovered him because from his amateur wrestling, right?
Look at Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle he was an Olympic wrestler. He had no intention, no desire to do regular wrestling.
Yeah.
TV wrestling. And look how the catalog of matches a guy had.
Yeah. In TNA and WWE.
Yeah, in his short run in WWE, look at all the people that he went up against and the matches he had against him. They had this guy, this new Gable Stevenson, whatever his name is. That's gonna be the next Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Oh, my cousin Marvin says salute, fellas. So he's watching on Facebook.
Shout out to Marvin.
That's right.
Yo, but like they have guys on their roster that if they gave them the right story, right character, they would be huge. I mean, like, for example, Ralphie Vibes mentioned right now, Gable Stevenson, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Yo, they have a guy on their roster that is already, to me, yo, this guy is like the next Kurt Angle. And that's this dude.
Chad Gable. Chad Gable. He's short.
Chad
but
Gable.
He was great. Yeah.
Yo, Chad Gable, bro, they dropped the ball the moment they were going to announce Kurt Angle's son.
Yeah.
And it was this dude, the other guy.
Jason Jordan. And then he hurt his neck.
Jordan. And I'm like, yo, I don't understand. Like the other guy looks just like Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And now the more you look at him, bro, like he got more cut.
Yeah.
His hair short. Yo, this dude reminds me of him so much. And I don't know if maybe they're grooming him to like maybe get, go down that path. But I don't know, man. I
see him leaving. I see him leaving and going to AEW.
Yeah.
And I would hate to see that happen, man.
I know.
He has a lot of friends there, and I have a feeling when his deal is up, he's out.
Are you surprised that Owens and Sami Zayn resigned? Do you think it was a matter of family? What do you think?
I'm not surprised that
they saw like you and I, we were talking right off air, where not everyone can go to AEW, right? So that it's going to eventually be crowded, right? There's only a few spots available, right? So there's pros and cons, right, in jumping ship or not jumping ship. What do you think came down to their decisions of staying?
Here's the thing, right? You I think Kevin Nash said this a long time ago. You either make money, or you make friends, right? So you got to do what's best for you. Kevin Owens has been wrestling for how many years?
Dude, he's been in the independent circuit for a minute, like
a long time. And right now, he's in a point where he can make the most money he's ever made in his entire life. Even if they cut him tomorrow, they still got to give him that $5 million, guaranteed money, right? So I'm gonna go to AEW and play with my friends, or I'm gonna stay here and make this $5 million. And then you know what? When this deal is up in 3 years, then I'll go over there.
Right.
I'm gonna take care of my house first.
Right.
That's the right thing to do. People were complaining, people were bitching, but you know what? You ain't paying his bills.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the problem with these people, that they want to complain online, bro. Like you're complaining like you're contributing to their life. You're not paying their bills.
Right.
Because you buy a T-shirt or an action figure, like you get to determine what these people do with their life. You don't.
Yeah. Just a fraction of his salary, small fraction of the little T-shirt.
You're a fan. Stay in a fan's place. Like, stop with the drama and the complaining and the crying. Like, am I happy that he stayed? Yeah. Kevin Owens is freaking awesome, and he's gonna go to AEW, and then what?
Right. Get lost in the
and not only that,
I don't care that I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Cut you off. I don't care anymore that Adam Cole's there.
Right.
So what? He's there.
They're gonna eventually get lost in the shuffle,
like everybody else.
And that's what I was gonna say. That who's to say that the moment? Because that's the thing that fans think, that for some reason the moment someone jumps ship, they're automatically gonna get pushed to the top. Like they're automatically gonna get become champion or whatever the case is. It's like, no, sometimes they get lost in the shuffle. And it's like, look at all the people they signed AEW, right?
Yeah, look at Brian Cage. He's a frustrated guy. Case in point.
Yeah, like, yo, it's not even, maybe AEW got ahead of themselves, and they just like signed a huge amount of talent, for whatever reason, for hype and for publicity or whatever. But, it might, they're already, kind of like planting the seeds, in my opinion, of like possibly creating two separate brands. I mean, I can see this happen with Rampage and Dynamite. I can see Rampage easily going to 2 hours on TBS.
Absolutely.
So, I wouldn't. I mean, they're already doing the TBS Women's Champion.
Exactly, TBS Women's.
Right. Yeah, so I can see that like slowly, happening, because they have a large roster, man.
Yeah, they have a stacked tag division, right? And they have a lot of great talent, and it was only one world champ, right, and one mid card title, right? And then what happens with everyone else, right? So I agree.
They're gonna end up cutting a lot of guys loose, like the originals. I could see like a Joey Janela getting cut, and Sonny Kiss getting cut, and
Sean Spears, please. Not just kidding.
A lot of the originals are gonna end up getting cut. Because look at Rusev or Miro. When
Right.
was the last time he's on TV?
I know. Yeah.
He
I don't think
won
he's
the
hurt.
title. He was undefeated. He lost the belt to Sammy. I haven't seen him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Proud and Powerful.
Yeah.
They're barely used.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and they keep signing. They need to stop signing people. Like you know, they're
gonna sign the Briscoes.
the Briscoes are coming in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of more other guys that are gonna come, but it's like, you know, there's only so much that you can you know you can have
Sign
in
and
your
use.
roster.
Right. Right.
Like there's just too much. This is a good problem to have. There's too many good wrestlers out there.
Yeah.
Not enough TV time, but MLW has airtime and they're picking up good.
Yeah.
Impact can use a bunch of people. Like I want to see EC3 go back to Impact with
These boys are Braun Strowman.
yeah. I want to see them like show up there together.
Yeah. Yeah.
They showed up at the end of Ring of Honor, the last show.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't forget, you got New Japan too, trying to make a presence in the U.S. with the strong brand, and you got New Japan in Japan, of course, right? Let's get into the cut.
There's plenty of places for people.
I agree 100%. Let's get into the cuts, right? Is there anyone that you felt that should have gotten cut recently, or not recently, over the past year or so? You know the WWE makes this spring cleaning every year, right? Anybody in particular that stands out you thought should have been given a second chance, or you like how Khan just cut everybody?
I think Cross and Keith Lee.
That's what he did. I'm in my Cobra Kai mode tomorrow, you know? Starts coming out tomorrow. I'm excited for Cobra Kai.
Cross and Keith Lee, you know, that kind of sucks the way that they got cut.
I agree. Cross for sure. They dropped the ball on him big time.
Braun Strowman was a surprise because like
too.
It was like in WrestleMania, he won the title.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, a lot of these people probably asked to be released.
Right. So you don't know we weren't there.
We don't know what happens backstage. Like a lot of these people probably were like, "Yo, I want to get out of here. Like I could make more money or have more fun on the indies. Bye, peace out. I'm not gonna keep." Here's the thing, right? So like the Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Right. So she quit.
Yeah.
But before people knew she quit, people already talking, oh, WWE, they ruined her, they this, they that, they did this, they did that, without even knowing the story, right? So it's like, yo, if you're at a job that you hate, are you gonna stay there?
No, not me. Not
You're
me. You're gonna leave. You're gonna leave.
You're gonna leave to make yourself happy. So that's what she did. She was unhappy. She's a wrestler. She doesn't want to do getting
eyes in the face
and like
all
this dumb stuff. I don't blame her. Peace out. WWE maybe is not for you. 20, 30 years ago, that was the place to be.
Yeah.
Now you don't need to stay there to be a millionaire.
Yeah. And now all these other ways of making money, right? Now.
Do you know that when Cody Rhodes left WWE, in that gap before he went to AEW, he made over $2 million doing indies.
Yeah, I believe
showing
you.
up wherever he wanted to go.
Yeah, I believe you.
Look at the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Look at, you don't need WWE anymore. And like people get so butthurt. Oh, you know, they ruin everybody. They don't. We don't know what happens.
Right.
These things. Yes, people are gonna say, oh, they caught me off guard with getting fired. You know why they're gonna say that? Because that shit, it sells. They'll do a shoot interview with high spots. They'll do people's podcasts. They get, let's go do an autograph signing with Keith Lee because he's free now. It gets their name out there. It gets them to make a shit ton of money because the cool thing to do right now is badmouth the WWE.
Yeah.
What do you think, Vibes?
That's true.
Anybody you felt that it was snubbed? You thought should have given a second chance, or what do you think?
In regards to getting released?
Released, yeah, like this latest. You think they should have done? For me, Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Those are the two names that like jump out for me. They jump. You know, he was phenomenal in NXT, and I felt that if he would have just translated that on the main roster, they I think would have been great. But they put a helmet on him. He looked like Mad Max. I don't know what he looked like. Demolition, like a
Look dumb,
like a
like
Walmart version of Demolition, right? So
yeah.
what
I
do you?
mean, I think, yeah, that they're definitely on top of the list.
Yeah,
But I would say like people that have been in that company for a long time. For example, like John Morrison.
yeah,
That surprised me because I feel like they only had him there to match him up with the Miz.
yeah,
So the moment the Miz got hurt or he had to do Dancing with the Stars or whatever it was, they had no use for him.
yeah.
And then they released him. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, this guy has been a world champion in other companies. And, they just misused him, I guess. And yeah, definitely Cross, because the way they brought him up too, he was dominating everyone in NXT, and then his first match, he loses to Jeff Hardy in less than a couple minutes,
Right, right.
I mean, it's weird. Nothing at the end of the day, nothing surprises me anymore. WWE.
Right. No, I agree. I agree 100%. Let's transition into the matches of the year, right? Regardless of brand, right? So, you don't have to give me your top 10, but what are some of the best matches that have stood out for you in 2021? Like for me, my favorite of the year was Omega Danielson in Grand Slam, right? Overall, right? And in WWE, for sure, Sasha and Bianca, right? Survives. What are some of your top matches in 2021? And then we'll go vibes, Mayimbe afterwards.
I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan and Hangman, and I love the story that they're telling.
Yeah, that was dope.
I want to say Hook's debut was freaking phenomenal. For WWE, let's see. I want to say I don't even know, man. They really haven't. Well, Edge and Rollins was pretty dope. Like that was a good match. I like the story that they told. How Edge went dark and he came back like with the Brood music. He came out with the Brood entrance.
That was on top of my list.
Let me see.
What else? That was good. I was there live. It was great.
Big E and Roman Reigns was a good match at Survivor Series. I thought they put on a good match together. But like, I think top matches of the year, like AEW, like they've been killing it, man. They've been getting everybody a lot of dream matches, bro. And even like sleepers, man. Like what was it? The Pinnacle against the Inner Circle in the cage.
Oh yeah, that was good. The blood and guts.
Yeah, like that was
like
really
War Games, right?
Yeah.
That was a good match. Anything Orange Cassidy, like that dude is just incredible, man. And like I said, like for me, like Hook's debut was like, that kid he's gonna be.
He's only 22. He's
gonna be a star, man.
Yeah.
They keep pushing him like this.
Pushing the right buttons with him, man. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Action Bronson, and when the moment he came out to one of his songs, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
And then I realized, like, when you go on social media, you actually see that Taz and Action Bronson are actually friends, and he asked Taz permission. I mean, Taz asked Action Bronson permission to use the song, and he was like, hell yeah. So I was like, yo, that's dope, man. That's so cool. But yeah, man. It's
What's some of your favorite matches of the year? Anything that jumps out?
I mean, it's pretty much to me that like what stood out the most in WWE was just the Rollins and Edge feud.
Yeah.
It was Hell in the Cell. That match was amazing.
Yeah, that was the one in Saudi Arabia, right? I think, right? Yeah. The last one, the blow off match.
Yep. And then, I mean, it's not really a match, but like the feud between Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns, like that whole dynamic, it's great, and Paul Heyman he's like the glue of the whole thing, you know. So that to me is like really entertaining. In AEW was the Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, whatever, against freaking. You guys hear me? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. Sorry, I got a baby crying.
I saw you guys moving your mouth and I couldn't hear anything. But yeah, no, like the Hangman Page, you know, that Iron Man match. It was like an Iron Man match, but it wasn't even advertised that way. You know, it was 60 minutes. It was pretty cool to see. But yeah, that's really on top of my list. I mean, to be honest with you, like in regards to WWE, I lost so much interest. Like I haven't even been watching as much as I used to. You know, it's not as entertaining as it used to be.
I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Yeah, so I agree with you. So as far as debuts, what were your thoughts on Punk coming back after 7 years, and Daniel Bryan the way he came? We watched it live at the end of I forgot the pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, or whatever, or All In, I guess. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. I messed up. I don't even know. But what are your thoughts on the two debuts? What do you think of Punk? Is he living up? Vibes? What do you think? Let's start with you.
Punk coming back, I thought was pretty dope. Like I didn't expect it to ever happen. I didn't even think that he would ever return to wrestling. You know, it was a surprise. I like what he's doing, that he's not wrestling like big names yet, because it's been 7 years and you could tell like he's gassed.
Yeah.
3 minutes in, the dude is gassed.
Yeah. Do you think he actually trained? Do you think he actually like does like how like all these celebrities do and take a few months and take bombs? Or you think he just jumped right into it?
No, I think he did. He did train. I know that he would show up randomly to like indie shows under a mask, but like just come out, hit a finisher, and like be out. But I think that he really did train. But again, you know, you went from training MMA for 3-4 years, and now you're back to like increased cardio with like it's a different type of cardio wrestling.
I agree. It's not your elliptical an hour. It's different.
You gotta condition your body to do that again. And like you could see like 3, 4, 5 minutes into a match, he gets gassed. But I'm happy that he's back. You know, does he move the needle? No. But it's good. It's good to have him back. He can close out his career like the right way, and you know, not the way that he went out in WWE.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Mayimbe? What do you think of Bryan Danielson's debut, and what do you think of Punk coming back? Has he lived up? Do you think he has some room for growth? What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. I think with both debuts were dope. I mean, I honestly feel like I wish it would have happened differently.
Yeah.
You know, I just wish, because the fact they both debuted on the same night. So it was, you know, it was cool to see, but then I mean, did they debut on the same night?
I remember Punk debuted their Rampage, the first Rampage that they booked at the United Center.
Right. Did the whole thing.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan debuted at the end of the pay-per-view where he came out.
Sorry,
after. Yeah,
it was Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, right? Adam Cole debuted at the same time. Yeah.
That I got that confused. My bad. But yeah, man. I mean, because even with that, bro, like I was thinking about that last night while watching Dynamite. Yo, how cool would it have been if the entire Undisputed Era showed up? Like they debuted at the same time.
Like the Radicals, right? That would have been dope, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, like back in 2000.
Yeah, like or like, you know, a backstage segment where you see like 3 guys in like hooded masks, you know, beating people up, and then they're posing in the ring, and then nobody knows who it is, and then Adam Cole does the Adam Cole baby thing, and people will pop, yo. Like I was thinking about that last night, like wow, that would have been a cool debut. Same thing with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, you know, or Bryan Danielson. That, yo, it would have been cool to see them debut, kind of like Scott Hall and Nash in WCW.
Hostile takeover, come out
the kind of like some takeover shit. Like, that would be cool. But you know, it's still exciting to say the least. You know, because you know, we haven't seen debuts like that in a long time. You know, so it was good.
Yeah, yeah. What's in store for 2022, you think? Forbidden Door still open? You know the match I want to see, the Omega and Okada in AEW. Is there what's in store, you think, for both brands in 2022? Vibe, we'll start with you.
Oh, I think for sure Okada's coming because Rocky Romero's here.
Yeah, and he's part of
he-
Chaos, so they're part of Chaos, right?
And he bridges that gap to open that door. Like that door in New Japan is always going to be open because of the relationship with Kenny and the Bucks and Tony Khan. Jericho goes there. Mox goes there. You know, so I definitely, I think for sure sometime in 2022 we're gonna hear that coin.
Coin drop. I can't wait.
And Okada's gonna show up.
Yeah.
And I want to see Okada, Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yes. Take my money, Tony Khan.
That is the match I want to see. Who knows? Maybe if he wins the title next week, Okada shows up.
Oh, that'd be great. Straight from Japan, right?
You know what I would love to see, and I think that would be dope. You guys ever seen the movie Best of the Best?
Yeah. They had like 4 of them. One was like legit, the other ones were like bootleg. Yes.
Yeah. So like they should do some like Best of the Best type thing. Like you choose, like AEW chooses their 5 best against like and Japan's 5 best.
Sure.
And that would be dope, bro. They could make a whole pay-per-view out of it.
Yeah, they're doing something similar actually, day 3, but the Japanese version. Noah against New Japan that 3rd day, because Wrestle Kingdom is crazy. Now it's 3 days. Yeah, but I could see that. I agree with you. I could see that, right? You think it'll be like a stadium show, like AEW against New Japan, kind of like a super show, kind of like back in the 80s. Like
that would be crazy. We have to go.
That would be
for that.
I think they can pull it off, man.
I think so.
I think they can pull it off.
I think for sure we're gonna see a lot of surprises for the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah, I think so too.
Somebody online had mentioned that this can be like the American version of what New Japan does, like the New Japan.
The light heavyweight thing,
where they have like that tournament.
The
G1, you talking about?
The G1, yeah.
Yeah, like a premiere. Okay, I could see that.
But like that's gonna be cool. Like I never expected. I didn't have Owen Hart on my 2021 bingo card. Like I didn't expect Martha Hart or anything Owen Hart related to be involved with AEW. Sorry.
As Vibes and Jim Wrestle deal with their children.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. She's fine. She's just eating something that she's okay eating it.
Okay. All right.
Making sure.
Yeah. No, she has severe food allergies, so I gotta be careful.
Oh, I get it.
But yeah, like I the whole Owen Hart thing to me is dope. Like the deal that he signed with AEW, for merchandise. Like I thought it was cool that they came out with T-shirts first, so PWTs earlier this year.
Yeah.
And then I had a feeling that they were gonna drop something. I didn't think they were gonna do some type of tournament. I thought like AEW was gonna make him like, make a Hall of Fame and put him in. But he's got figures coming out, which are gonna get revealed very soon, which I'm gonna buy like
100%.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
One to open, one to close, like to leave closed.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll never be able to get it signed, but still, that's fine.
Right.
I got his autograph somewhere lying around. I think he's at my mom's house. But they got clothing, they got figures, they got, he's gonna be in the video game. So it's like, I think it's pretty cool. Like that was something that I didn't expect to ever happen. So that's kind of like a debut. And there's a lot of good stuff coming in 2022. 2020 with the pandemic sucked. We're still kind of dealing with it.
Still
but
in it.
There's a lot of like really cool stuff. Like I want to see MLW and AEW have like a relationship.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good talent there.
absolutely. Jacob Fatu jump shot for me. To me,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
There's so much, yo, dude. There's so much good talent out there, man. And like you know, if you're not a fan of either of these companies, there's something out there.
Don't forget NWA, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
NWA,
yeah.
House of Glory. They have like a lot of good, like, there's a lot of good wrestling up there, and a lot of good wrestlers.
Absolutely. What do you think with WWE, Mayimbe? Well, Vibes deals with his situation. What do you think? You think, they wanted to have The Rock Reigns this year, but Rock couldn't do it. You think for Hollywood they're going to push hard for that dream match? What do you think?
Dude, it has to happen.
It has to happen, right?
Happen. I'm telling you, there's always that moment in WWE history that, like, it's like an event or a match or something that propels them to like another level.
Yeah.
And I feel that match, having The Rock, who's now we can all say is the biggest star
In Hollywood, not just like
Because
for wrestlers, in all overall Hollywood.
Yeah,
right?
because I mean, let's not forget when in 2004, I think it was WrestleMania 20, he was already semi-retired.
Yeah.
And he was already in the middle of making movies and everything. And at that point, he wasn't the star that he is now.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
so
once he did Fast Five, I think it really he really took off after that. Right?
yeah, and we got that. We got that with Cena and Rock.
The Rock as well.
But the fact is that now we're seeing, like, if we could possibly see Roman Reigns, who right now
he's in
on
his
that
prime,
level.
peak level.
He's on that peak, like, bro, he's the number one guy in the world right now. I don't care. In any company, he's the number one guy.
Yeah.
And bro, if it's him and The Rock, it's just the story, bro. Like the story behind it, and it's in Hollywood. Yeah. I mean, it's like, bro, it
kind of writes itself, right? The story.
Yeah, the story writes itself.
Yeah, Samoan, right? Samoan family.
Yeah, and you know, like I'm not crazy when it comes to bringing back a lot of the old guys, you know, the old school guys, for these big name matches.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, this match, come on, man, because The Rock can still go.
He can still go.
He's still in great shape, and I think that story, bro, it has to happen.
Yeah, I know. That's like the one dream match. I mean, the other one that I wanted was Sting Taker, but they're past their prime. But at least Rock can still go at 50. Yeah. He'll be 50 by next year, and then Roman is in his mid 30s, right? So he could still go for sure. Yeah. So that's like the dream match that I think like WWE has to do, right? What do you think, Vibes?
No, it's gonna happen. Rock Reigns is gonna happen. They're gonna push it to do it in Hollywood because they're gonna make that one bigger than anything. That Mania in LA is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Like if there's a Mania to be at, that's gonna be the one.
Yeah.
They just gotta be able to keep this Reigns like momentum going.
What do you think, man? He's been champ almost 500 days. I don't see him losing the belt anytime soon. Like to who?
There's no one for him to lose it to. The only way he loses the belt is with
injury.
Like a swerve with Paul Heyman.
Right. Oh, right.
Like Heyman wins. Like Lesnar wins with him. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We're live, pal. We're live, pal.
No, but I agree with what he was saying. Like if Heyman costs Reigns the title and joins
Lesnar the advocate.
Yeah, he's the advocate again. I can see him losing it.
Yeah, but honestly,
and then regaining it at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania? I can see that. The only thing is
we still haven't seen this Brock Lesnar.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna see it this weekend, but this is the first time we're seeing this Roman Reigns versus this Brock Lesnar.
Right.
So I can see this feud continuing. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think besides Brock, I don't see anyone credible beating Reigns, and that's kind of WWE's fault for not building other stars, right? But
and let's not forget. Look, let's not forget about what's going on in the world right
Right.
You know, the numbers are rising. We all know about Roman Reigns' health history.
His health is passed with his.
His past, and you know he did miss a WrestleMania because he didn't want to catch COVID.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised that with the numbers rising and all these things going on in regards to the Omicron virus or Marion, whatever it's called, freaking dude, I can see him wanting to stay at home.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I can see him really, you know, giving up the title.
Right. That's the only way I see him losing, by him forfeiting it. I don't see him legitimately losing to anybody, at least right now, right? Maybe Lesnar, but
I think they're just gonna keep him.
He should. He should break the record, dude. 800 days, whatever.
I think they're just gonna keep him
McIntyre?
on TV, but not in matches.
Right. Maybe McIntyre. But
or he can lose it in a, who knows? You know, they have these crazy matches.
Fatal 4, Fatal 5, and not get pinned. Right.
Yeah. You know, and he can lose it like that. He can lose it to maybe freaking, I don't know, Drew McIntyre, or, you know.
There's no one on that roster right now that can win the title and carry the company.
Nah, yeah, I agree.
Not the way he's doing it.
Nah, dude, he's on another level. He's right now one of my favorites, you know, overall.
Yeah, and he's getting that reaction from the crowd now.
Finally.
Like reaction. Yeah. And you can see it, like the moment he comes out, the entire arena stands up. Right. And you can hear the fans cheering for him. Yeah. It's a matter of time, man. I can see
it. And it proves our point, right? Dude, he doesn't script his promos. There's a couple of bullets. He goes out there, he says what he feels, and you see, you know.
That's what the fans wanted.
Right.
You know, they made him turn heel because they were booing him. Now he's a great heel, and now the fans are cheering him. Yeah. And then what's gonna happen? He's gonna turn face,
and he's gonna have like a super rock run, right? Like type run.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just took a little delay. It was a delay, like a 5-year delay.
Yeah. But you know, that's why you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. Yeah, because I mean, you know, they want everybody to be a champion, but look at all the guys that we grew up watching that are Hall of Famers.
Yeah. But that's what we were talking about before we started recording. That these fans now, they have no patience. Like, look at AEW, right? Oh, we want Hangman. Hangman needs to be the champion. Da 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 da. Yo, as soon as he won the belt, yo, Daniel Bryan needs to win the belt.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And then it's like these people have no concept of like what wrestling is or how it's supposed to be. It's just like they want what they want and that's it.
Yeah.
And if you cater to people like that, your product's gonna suck.
Yeah. Your business is not a good business model, right? You're gonna eventually lose money.
Like you're not gonna be able to get invested in anything.
Yeah.
If they play hot potato with the belt. I like what AEW is doing.
Yeah.
I just don't think that, you know, I don't think Daniel Bryan should win the title yet.
No, I don't think so. I think it's way too early.
No. And that's another thing. They're saying, you know, there's a lot of criticism on CM Punk. Yeah. That he hasn't had really any title matches or high profile I mean, he has any CM Punk matches high profile. But, you know, there's a lot of criticism on the way he's being used as well.
Yeah.
But it's like you just got to be patient, man. Like there's so many titles you can give up.
I know.
You know? And it's like, you know, you also have all this young talent that you want to build up. And it's like you can't have them jobbing to you know, the guys that they're signing because there's going to be criticism behind that. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Like,
you can't satisfy everyone.
Yeah, you can't satisfy everybody. Like no matter what, people are gonna complain. People are gonna they just want they want it now because like it's the cool thing, but then after they get it, they don't want it anymore. Like look at Big E. Nobody cares that Big E is a champion anymore.
That was my next point, right? Just segueing into day one, right? Nobody, exactly. He won it, right? They liked the moment, but now it was like, right? They want the title off him already, right?
Yeah, like that's it. You got what you asked for. Now what?
Mm-hmm. You think he loses on Saturday on day one?
So.
You think so?
I think he loses it probably to Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Maybe Lashley. I don't know, but
I think Lashley. I think they're prepping Lashley for a face run, man.
They are.
They are, right?
But Raw now, their main event title picture is actually looking good. The rest of the show sucks.
It does, yeah.
You know, with the exception of a few things, they are doing some really smart things with certain people, like Damian Priest.
Yeah.
I could see that guy winning the title sometime in 2023. He could
Mhm.
probably win the Rumble.
Yeah, he's very good.
He could probably win the Rumble. Because like who right now is out there that could win the Rumble?
Unless it is like an
Aside from,
established
like,
star or past star. I don't see a current star winning it, right? Like
Kevin Owens, maybe.
maybe right.
Maybe.
Nah.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Damian
There's
Priest.
one man and one man only.
And that is
Braun Breaker, man.
Breaker. Oh my god.
That's it.
What was his name? Rex Steiner. That was the original name. Rex Steiner.
Yeah, Rex Steiner, which was actually a dope name.
That's his own name, right? I know.
No, but nah, man. You know who I can see? Austin Theory, bro.
Yeah. Vince loves him.
Austin Theory.
Winning the Rumble? Not now. It's too soon.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not the Rumble because you don't really see a lot of heels win the Rumble.
Right.
But I do feel like Vince is putting the rocket ship on him and just gonna,
he does well with the young with the demographic. That's why he's getting pushed.
Oh yeah, he's young. He looks young Cena.
Right.
Oh, he looks the part. You know, the whole selfie gimmick. I mean, we've seen it before.
We've seen it with Tyler Breeze, but it's okay.
He takes good selfies. I don't know how he does it.
That's true.
Yo, but there's rumors actually. Speaking of day one, because Seth Rollins currently has
COVID. Yeah.
So then he's not gonna be in the match. I'm assuming.
I assume, right? Yeah. So
because there's rumors saying that Austin Theory is gonna replace
him.
Yeah.
And Becky
they
Lynch
might have a number one, like Finn Balor and Austin Theory might be a number one like that match will be for a spot.
Okay.
In the main event, and then that it'll be Austin Theory. I don't know. Those are rumors.
Right. And then you also Becky's, that's his wife. She came close contact, so I don't know. She may have COVID. Who knows?
She's gonna have to quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah, quarantine as well. Right.
I could see her losing the belt.
Yeah, I can see that. They're pushing Liv hard. Finally, I like.
Yeah, but her mic skills suck, bro.
I know.
She's improving.
Sorry, IWC Liv Marks, but her mic skills suck.
She's improving. She's someone I feel like could have. She would have flourished in like NXT. You know,
right.
Like she could have used that training.
More, like a lot more, right? Stay there more, whatever. Yeah.
But she's a huge fan. I mean, hopefully she's successful.
Yeah. So that's the main event. So you think Biggie loses, right? I agree. To who? I don't know.
It's time for him.
Yeah. I don't see him walking into Mania as champ. I'd be shocked.
He's not really doing much as champion. I mean, granted, storylines are not that great, but
that's not his fault.
Oh, Biggie.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he's doing his thing though. Like he is. He's putting on good matches. I mean, I feel like right now, there's so much going on in the main event scene with so many people trying to go after the title.
Yeah.
That he hasn't had like, as many title defenses as we expected him to have, but that's what they do. They save it for the pay-per-views,
Right.
So I feel like, we should give him more of a chance because he's good. He's doing a good job representing WWE.
Yeah, that I give him. Outside,
he's doing a lot of
PR, good PR, right? For the college football, the boxing, right? So I give you that.
So he's doing that, which is always a good sign.
Yeah. So as far as for Sunday, we already discussed the Roman. I'm not gonna get into that. I like this match, but I'm very tired of it. New Day Usos. What do you think about it? What do you think?
Again?
They're fighting again. How many times they fought already?
1,000 times.
Yeah, I think they fought more than John Cena Orton. I did have the record.
No, honestly though, this feud between these two teams, this is something we're gonna look back at in the future and be like, wow, like they were like two of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see why they continuously put them against each other, but it's tiring.
Yeah.
I could have sworn they were going to kind of have Xavier Woods be more of a singles wrestler.
Me too.
You know?
Me too. Yeah.
But
The King of the Ring on him, right? You would hope, right?
yeah.
So we already spoke about Becky. You think so? You think she still loses because of COVID, or you think she doesn't wrestle? What do you think happens?
No, I think she loses the title.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
And
she
then
loses it
to live,
to live. Yeah,
and then get it back, like a transitional champ, and she gets it back, or you think she'll lose it and she'll get into another feud? What do you think?
she'll probably lose it and then
Get it back in the Rumble like 3 weeks later, or what? I don't know.
or get into another feud. I think what they're trying to do is Becky Ronda at
Yeah.
WrestleMania,
Okay.
but that doesn't need the title.
Right. Doesn't need time. No, you're right.
But then, like, if Liv wins, who else is there to challenge for the title?
Alexa Bliss. Is she
Bliss.
or Raw?
No, she's on Raw, but
She's on Raw.
She's out.
What happened to her?
She took a leave of absence.
What she did?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We don't know when she's coming back. She's been gone since Survivor Series.
Damn.
And then
she's been gone for a minute, Alexa Bliss.
Because I know it affected her.
Well, Bailey's coming back, but I don't know if Bailey's on Raw or not.
I think she's on SmackDown. I think.
Oh, and also, what's her name? That she just recently gave birth.
Oh,
Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans, yes.
I can see her coming back too.
About to come back.
Yeah, she's working out.
Vince, you can tell that he's a fan.
He likes his blondes.
yeah.
So yeah, and I think she was feuding with Charlotte.
She was with Charlotte. Yeah,
and then she came out pregnant. So
yeah. Well, what do you think of RK Bro against the Street Profits?
Oh, I can't wait for this feud to be over.
It was funny the first couple of months, but now I'm kind of tired of RK Bro. What do you think?
I'm not a fan of Riddle, man.
No?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You told me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Matt
No,
Riddle.
I enjoy it, man.
I think it's funny. I think it's good. But
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I think eventually, I mean, I think WrestleMania we're gonna see Orton versus Riddle.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be that match that you have your it's like old school WWE writing,
Yeah.
creative, whatever. Like they have the
great tag team, they win the belts, they lose the belts, they break up, and they
exactly. They break up, then they feud or whatever. Yep. So I can see that happening between Orton and Riddle at WrestleMania. But yeah, Street Profits, they're a great tag team, but I feel like they should give other tag teams a chance.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see where that goes.
They don't really have any tag teams.
They don't have. I said they don't. They broke them up. They fired them.
Tag teams. They have.
What tag teams do they have?
They have the Viking Raiders, which they're jobbers now.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Street Profits. They got the New Day, and they got the
Dirty Dogs. Man, they're a good team.
Dirty Dogs
thrown together.
They got Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Who else? That's it.
Moss and AJ broke up. That's it.
Yeah. Wow, that's it. Wow.
Everybody's thrown together, yo.
It's sad. All right. So, what do you think of Edge Miz? What do you think of that final segment to close the year? They always close the year with like a wedding or a wedding vow renewal, right? What do you think?
I like the feud.
You like it?
Yes. I like it because it's gonna legitimize the Miz. Right. Even though he's been champion twice, the Miz is a company guy. He's gonna do whatever they ask, and they're gonna keep giving him opportunities after opportunity after opportunity. So
yeah,
I like the feud. I like the feud with Edge. Edge is a good.
He's good on the mic, great worker, right?
It's a good test for him. I mean, he hung in there with Cena. He hung in there with, with the best of the best. But like, I feel like they're always trying to like test him.
Mm-hmm.
And I would honestly like to see the Miz have a real title run again in 2022.
Like a long one.
I think he's a good champion. He's a good ambassador for the company. That's what they want.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think, Mayimbe? What about the match? You excited about the match?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love how now they're acknowledging Miz to in being a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Finally acknowledging that, because I've been saying it for a long time, man. Miz is a future Hall of Famer, and now he's getting that respect. you know, for them to match him up against Edge, and you know, him referencing Miz to be a future Hall of Famer and everything, it's true. He's a main event player, bro. And you know, I think Edge right now has a list that he hasn't told anyone, and he's just going down the list of guys he wants to go up against in WWE, and you know, until he eventually retires or whatever. So you know, I think Miz is on that list, and I think is rightfully due. Like it's rightfully so. So
no, he's definitely gained my respect, right? Because he's definitely doesn't come from that traditional independent wrestling, you know, path, right? He came through the reality show stuff, right, through Tough Enough and stuff like that, but and the real world. But he's definitely paid his dues, right? He's not the traditional wrestler, right? But definitely pays his dues. Right? Yeah,
and look at that, he's another guy that WWE signed because you know he didn't
win it Tough Enough, right? Right, he didn't win it. Yeah,
no, he didn't win it, but you know, he was so committed, and he eventually you know, he wrestled in the indies as well. And they saw that this guy's committed, you know. And look at that. They signed him, and look how successful he was, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta reference his match, right? It was the last one on the list. Drew McIntyre, Madcap Moss. Do you care about this match or what?
I don't care. I don't care for either of them. I'm over Drew.
Why not Baron Corbin?
I don't know. He threw him in. Baron Corbin, according to storyline, said, you know, wanted Madcap Moss.
That match at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a SmackDown match to me.
Whack.
I know. What do you think happened with Drew? What do you think is happening with Drew, man? He was a main event. What do you think? He's just floating?
Bad timing, man. He won the title during a bad time.
Right.
During the COVID, nobody was there, the pandemic, and now I don't care for him because they did with him what they do with everybody else.
Shoot him to the moon, and then he wins the belt.
They get the title, and then when they get the title, they're dumb.
Yeah.
They become cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, bro's walking around with a sword. It's 2020.
You're right.
What are you gonna do with a sword? You're gonna murder somebody on live TV?
Not only that, did you guys see that angle they did, that segment?
The King Arthur one? I thought it was funny. Bro, it was stupid though.
I lost it. I was like, yo, they have this sword stuck in a table and they can't get it out. And I was like, yo, if Drew McIntyre comes out and pulls the sword out, I'm changing the channel. And that's exactly what happened.
The King Arthur style.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that was for the kids, man.
That was for the kids. Yeah.
I mean, I also like it's a tough decision also, like to move Drew on the same brand as Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Because you can't be the top guy right now. The top guy is Roman Reigns, and I don't see anybody taking that spot anytime soon.
Right.
So I guess, like, you know, they're putting him in these feuds for now, you know?
Right. Keeping him busy until, you know.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? It could be a triple threat. You know, Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which that would be pretty cool, you know? Right. So I can see that happening, especially since Lesnar and McIntyre have their history. So, you know, we'll see.
So that's day one. I just want to comment on one last guy, Nakamura. What's going on with him? He doesn't defend the IC belt. What do you think?
I forgot he was part of the roster. I haven't seen him in so long.
I think they're putting over Boogs more than Nakamura.
Yeah. What's going on with that, man?
He's just carrying on a prop, man. These belts don't mean anything.
They don't. We don't.
It's a shame to see it with the IC belt too. You know?
Yeah.
The IC title is the working man's title.
Yeah, agreed.
That title should be defended at all times. You know, like every show, bro. And you know, the fact that at a pay-per-view, the only thing you see of the IC title is like Nakamura running out and dancing to the theme song. And then that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
They don't have a match or anything like, they, you know, because they're trying to put over Boogs, Rick. What's the Rick Boogs?
Rick Boogs, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, they're doing this to put him over, But it's like, what is that doing for the title? You know, what is that doing for Nakamura at the end of the day?
Right.
I'm dying for them to like create a stable though, like with Nakamura, you know, Asuka,
Right.
you know, they have like other dope Asian wrestlers. You know, they have some in NXT as well, and I can feel like, or like Japanese wrestlers, and they can form like a cool stable in WWE. But
They won't,
you know,
'cause
they
they
can
don't like stables.
have someone as a mouthpiece.
Right.
They don't like stables in WWE.
Yeah,
It's only
yeah,
a matter of time before the bloodline starts feuding with each other.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you know, look at the Hurt Business, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they came out on Raw. Like I didn't even know they were
They came back together. They were semi together.
like it's only when it's convenient for the storyline. It's like,
Right,
all right,
right,
have them
okay.
come out with their t-shirts. Like, come on, man.
I know. Yeah, yeah. They only came back because Bobby Lashley wasn't there. Right? If not, you're right. It was because it was convenient, right, for them to.
It's convenient. You know, it's lazy booking, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So that was Nakamura. And then what do you think is happening with we're gonna close with the whole Charlotte thing. So, you know, she was feuding with Toni Storm at the moment. Obviously she's not there anymore. So what's next for Charlotte? And we'll close with that. Ralph, you're on mute.
I don't know. There's really no women to feud with, bro. They fired everybody.
Right.
Everybody's gone.
Right.
They really have like they went from having one of the strongest women's divisions to now this shit sucks.
Right.
Absolutely sucks because they got rid of so much good talent.
Yeah.
Tegan Knox would have been a good feud.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm tired of seeing like Bianca Belair.
Right.
Tired of seeing Sasha Banks. I'm tired of seeing the same people over and over and
You
over.
just recycle the same people, right? Becky.
Yeah, man. I'm tired. Like I'm tired of Rhea Ripley. Like I'm tired of all these people.
Right.
The thing is that they have no purpose.
Right.
It's like, oh, today you're gonna win, tomorrow you're gonna job. Today you're gonna win. Like, there's no purpose. They need like someone to come in, and they need a Goldberg push.
Right. Yeah.
For real, they come in, squash match, and just walk out like Hook.
My Hook, right?
Hook has the Goldberg push right now.
Yeah. He's gonna go 172-0.
Yeah, but I feel like they do that. They give someone, but it's not really Goldberg status. Right. It's kind of like more like a right back push, or you know, some other Rusev, for example. Rusev got a huge push. You know, he was undefeated for a long time, and then lost to Cena, right? Wasn't he? Didn't he lose to Cena at Mania?
Cena at Mania 31 instead of, and then that's it, right?
Downhill.
Yeah. He got a little minor push, right? He had a title match, but that's it. You know. Yeah.
I mean, you know, in regards to women's wrestling, I mean, you know, the female wrestlers, bro, like, you know, it's right now, that's the best roster they've ever had, in my opinion. That's the best roster in the history of WWE.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're getting 3 segments a show now, 3-4 segments.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why maybe, you know, now we're seeing more of the women, you know, and maybe that's why it's like, you know, some of these matches are getting old, because it's like we're seeing more of it. But instead of them, like, you know, like, for example, like, I totally get what Vibes was saying in regards to, like, nobody cares. Because even when they chose the Survivor Series thing,
yeah,
Nikki Ash, what happened? Like, you didn't even put her on the team.
Yeah.
When you gave her this huge push, she was your world champion.
Yeah.
You know, then she was tag champion, and then you don't even put her on the team. And then now I guess, like, it's part of a storyline now, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's on a losing streak now.
She's on a losing streak or whatnot, you know, whatever. But it's true, you know, like, sometimes it's tiring. You see the same matches, but I feel like they have no choice.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what they need to do is combine both titles. There should be just one women's champion, because you don't have a roster anymore.
They jump on both shows, right? Like kind of like the women's tag, right?
There's no roster right now to support, like, 2 champions
Yeah.
because they got rid of so many people.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I'm trying to find the list of the women that were released, and I can't find it.
I saw a list online, and literally you can make an entire roster.
You can, right?
From that list.
Ember Moon, Tegan Knox, right?
Yeah, Ember Moon, Tegan Knox, Tony Storm now,
Toni Storm.
Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
You have Valkyrie.
Oh yeah. Morris's wife. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they Nia Jax.
Even Scarlett Bordeaux, whatever, the Karen
Yeah.
Cross's girl, right? Yeah.
Let's see. I think I found it.
You found it?
But that's the thing, and that's the thing that I don't like either. That they don't like. There's no explanation behind it. You know what I mean?
Budget
It's
cut.
like
It's always.
that like the fans are invested
Mhm.
into someone because of a feud or because of a match or whatever, and then you just take it away. Like they just disappear from the TV, and then it's like no explanation. Like what happened to that person?
Right.
Like why don't they just announce it on TV? Like we released it
Due to
from a
contractual issues, she's no longer with the brand. Right.
exactly. Like
Right.
that's it. That's all you have to say. Then we find out through the internet or I don't know.
Dave
It's like
Meltzer.
yeah. Like for example, like Seth Rollins is out due to COVID.
Just
they
say
didn't
it.
even do that.
They didn't acknowledge it.
He did a promo from
From his house, from his home, right?
Yeah. So then, like, you're still advertising that he's going to be in the match at day one, when most likely he's not. Like, just make the change. That's it.
That happened at SummerSlam, right? They advertised Sasha and Bianca too, and then they said, "Oh, they're gonna wrestle." Everyone, 40,000 people at the Allegiant Stadium, and she wanted to fucking. Excuse me, my curse. She didn't wrestle, right?
They come out because she was never there.
Right.
So
right.
WWE lives in a fantasy. They don't like to reveal.
They don't call it hospital. They call it medical facility.
Yeah, it's a medical facility.
Medical facility.
They don't like to, like, they live in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
They have their own universe. So
they have their own language.
COVID doesn't exist, yo.
They don't mention COVID, bro. They don't mention it.
No, exactly.
And they're not even going to test them like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right?
You have to. No, yeah, it's crazy. You have to
watch when they have an outbreak, and then they have to
cancel, reshuffle matches and cancel and give refunds. Right, that's where it gets tricky.
Vince hasn't been there at any of the shows.
He hasn't, right?
No,
I heard he wasn't. Yeah, I read somewhere that he wasn't at the shows. This past Raw.
Yeah, actually, a lot of them. Bruce wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Johnny Ace.
Pritchard's dealing with some health issues.
Him too? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit. Do you guys see
stop testing for COVID?
Surpassing WWE in the ratings in 2022?
Dude, I saw the ratings this week. 1.5. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Raw, their flagship show, 1.5. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to go by the ratings now with streaming, and people can just record it and watch it some other time.
DVR.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell now, but you were never gonna see those numbers ever again.
Never.
Not like before. The Rock, This Is Your Life was like a 8.1.
8.0. Think about that.
That shit will never happen in this lifetime, bro.
Never.
We're never gonna see that again. And you also got to remember, like, the people that grew up watching that era, they're our age now.
Right.
So it's like,
they're not watching anymore.
They're not watching like that no more. Like I have friends that are my age that, when Goldberg returned, they were making a big deal over that. And I'm like, wow, like, you guys really excited that he's returning? And they're like, yeah, man, I grew up watching. And I'm like, wow, like, they care about that more than CM Punk moving over to AEW,
because the problem is they don't build stars anymore, man.
Right.
They don't build stars anymore. What they do is they have somebody come out on TV, they make people like them, and then they lose, or they make a fool out of them. And it's like, why am I gonna get invested in
Or
something
my pet peeve, 50-50 booking, which I can't stand.
Yeah.
One week I'll lose the other, and everyone is 500, right? Which
But
I
not that, not only that, like if you're not investing in this person,
Mhm.
what makes you think that me as a fan is gonna invest in them?
Right.
I don't. If you don't care about them, why should I?
Mhm.
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
And it's just a lot of stuff that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Like some of the booking to me really doesn't make sense. I mean, it's hard to explain, you know, like
Yeah.
for example, let's say all right, Omos and AJ Styles, right? That whole pairing, I never was 100% behind.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't get why they would like it kind of gave me the Shawn Michaels Diesel vibes.
Yeah.
But Omos is I don't compare him to Kevin Nash, you know, like I don't see the, you know, just because
There's no personality and his promo skills, right?
Yeah, so it's like, you know, he definitely needs like somebody to manage him, you know, somebody to be the voice, because he can't do promos. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't even understand what he's saying half the time.
Oh.
But now it's like, all right, now that tag team is no more. So we're gonna see Omos destroy AJ Styles eventually. You know, like we know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So what is that? The big payoff?
Yeah, I don't know what the big payoff is
Like
going to be.
then after that, what's gonna happen with him? And I don't know. It's just a lot of it to me don't make sense.
Then he's also feuding. Oh, I don't know if you saw, but for the next NXT, Matt Riddle's going to be involved, right? AJ Styles going to be involved. He's also feuding with these guys, and that's to compete with AEW because with their first show being on TBS, right? So,
oh wow, that's right.
No shocker there.
Yeah.
You know.
Ah man,
What are you thinking about that?
It's the wars, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
The wars have begun.
Pointless war for no reason.
I mean, think about it. I mean, Monday night we get Raw. Tuesday we get NXT. Wednesday we get Dynamite. Thursday,
your hardcore Thursdays at Impact. Yep.
Yeah, Thursdays are Impact, and then
Fridays
SmackDown Rampage.
SmackDown Rampage. Yep.
And
so
MLW.
I think to me, MLW. I don't even know what time they're on though, because I've been trying to check it out.
Well, they're on
on YouTube.
BN Sports.
BN Sports. I'm gonna check it out, yo.
I think they're on Tuesdays. I think, or I don't remember the day of the week. All I know is, they're on Friday nights.
Wow, it's crowded.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna check it out, man. I've been meaning to watch.
No, they have a lot of good talent. They were supposed to get their own streaming service, and WWE cockblocked.
Oh wow, no surprise.
There's a little rumor going around that AEW might end up on HBO Max.
What?
Because part of Warner Media.
That's right. That's right.
So they might release all the older stuff, pay-per-views and stuff on HBO Max.
That's dope. Oh, that's huge. You got to be a member of HBO, man.
So if you're not an HBO Max member, you might want to join if this happens in 2022.
Gotcha. All right. On that note, give us some closing comments, Vibes. Give the people what they want.
Stop being such a mark. No. Just watch wrestling, man. Have fun. Stop criticizing everything. Stop getting mad because you don't get what you want. Like, it's wrestling, bro. Like, they can't give you everything you want. Just watch the show. And that's it, man. Like 2022, if 2022 is anything like 2021, we're in for a crazy ride, because 2021, I did not expect half the stuff that happened, this crossovers, everything, like, at all. So I'm looking forward to what's to come. I'm looking forward to everything. The forbidden doors continuing to be open. Hey, listen, you never know.
Yeah.
What if Roman Reigns shows up on Dynamite?
Right. Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah,
never know.
Surprises me.
Yeah, never say never, right?
He shows up on Dynamite and confronts John Moxley, yo. and calls him a sellout, and they have a feud.
A few.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Maybe close it. What do you think? Give the
Nah,
people
man.
they want closing words or closing remarks, as they say.
Just excited for what's to come. You know, right now, wrestling is on the come up. You know, there's so many opportunities out there. There's so many entertaining shows to watch on TV, on the internet. You know, it's just a good time to be a wrestling fan. Let's just appreciate it. You know, all these years of us complaining about WWE not having competition or anything. Now there's competition. You know, and we have an alternative. So, you know, like, let's just enjoy it. You know, like, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, you have your hardcore WWE fans that are gonna hate about AEW. It's kind of like Mets and Yankees. You know, they're playing the same sport, and you can't be a fan of both teams. Sometimes you just can't be a fan of both teams. You know what I mean? So, like, you know what? If you're not a fan of AEW, then don't watch. If you're not a fan of WWE, don't watch. That's it. You know, just enjoy whatever you want. Because at the end of the day, like, these guys are making a living. You know.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't criticize every little thing. You know, that you watch on TV. So.
And the day that we lose either company, then we're not gonna have no wrestling.
No wrestling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So stop praying for the demise,
Right.
and start appreciating what the product they're putting out.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. On that note, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you,
Happy New Year.
Mayimbe. Thank you, Vibes. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, you marks.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Street Profits.